the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Na ukopiemu ewo ekosi say enye asem kotoa ni na eye Dr. Mamudu Bawumia eni swade hu ode eba betu edwa ni nyina eye nuoma ono eba be president obeye na ode eba betu edwa na Felix Ofosu Kwakye na afi Dennis Miracle Aboaje ekokohia ewo Asempa FM na ni nyina eye Dr. Mamudu Bawumia vision ono edebeto abonten ene na wonyina eka ho asembi na eno ena dewa Dennis Miracle Aboaje sibi ete Felix Ofosu Kwakye with fact and figures ene nsema Dr. Mamudu Bawumia editu dwa Felix Ofosu Kwakye pese oyete se asede Dr. Mamudu Bawumia eka no enye no kra no afedu ba bi kra na obi ntimi control show because Felix mpese Miracle crab kasa bi because they was be hit hard no abusuan for next when yenko na yenko tie conversation.
The level of arrogance with which Felix Ekanasemono Ayana me create to be an MO, and I can imagine how the rest of Ghanaians are feeling. Sure. Is Felix Ofosu telling me say oh no NDC abai na no deputy minister for communication. Nsem-Pii I don't understand. Is that what he's saying? That the man meeting apana na niti at some point the signature a day sikaso. Before so the signature day sikaso. As Bank of Ghana government. The signature day sikaso. No ye finance minister under President Mills no. What he has said control. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. I was shocked. I was really surprised. Say, and for me, I think that as young people, in as much as we really want to do politics and protect our bosses, sometimes everybody need the kakra. And for man penny for Obi. Say, Felix. The entire period when I was speaking, I held myself. You can tell somebody that Obi call him to order. Obi call him to order. So that Obi call him to order. Okay. I'm even leaving that because I'll be glad. Obi call him to order. Obi call him to order. Obi call him very well. It's okay. Obi, it's okay. Say, I mean, we know why the sharp teeth it's all faithful to her. I won't be surprised. If or say I'm 24, me I'm not surprised. Obi can say me Trinsa I'm Trinsa. If you people be mad Obi you can imagine. If he says I'm 24, no problem. He can continue in his arrogance. But the fact is this, Obi, it's a complete lie. It's a falsehood. Or trust straight. Felix trust straight. I will say to you so. If he says say, Oman Penida that John Dramani Mahaba was a member of a certain economic and it's a lie. It's false. Oh, stop it. Stop it. You didn't give any fact. Obi says Felix Ofosu Kwakye, the guy who lies every day. Against the floor. Oh, can you control him? Okay. Obi, can you control him? Obi, can you control him? Can you control him? Obi, can you control him? Thank you. Obi, can you control him?
Miracles. Meet you. Miracles meet you. Into say
stop it. I can give you
proof of
Obi.
Yes, meet you.
29th April 2009. 2009.
Okay.
This is exactly 4 months
into the new government.
Yes. Obi. President John Evans Atamels has constituted a 10-member economic advisory committee to advise him on key economic policy issues and policy options in managing the impact of the economic challenges and maximizing the full potentials of existing opportunities. A statement signed by Mahama Ayariga, presidential spokesperson, said the Economic Advisory Committee and its work shall collaborate closely with all existing institutions in the development and implementation of their policies. The EAC is under the chairmanship of Dr. Goben Nankani. Members are Nankani. Members are Togbe Afede, the Knife, Professor K.N. Afo, Dr. Emmanuel Abulu, Mr. Pakwesi Emisa Atta, Dr. K.Y. Amwako. The rest are Mr. Joel Hyde, Dr. Kadman Atamels, Mr. Ishmael Yamsen, and Mr. Fred Onyenikena. 9th April 2009. The finance minister, who is part of the other institutions who are supposed to work with the Economic Advisory Committee of the President, has come to sit here in your chair. Dr. Dufo, Papa na we be nyuma bebre o my way mu. Why juma so many years of his life. Dr. Dufo na the signature. Oh, Felix, what you are doing is so unfair. Felix.
I told you that
I sat down for 20 something years. I have sat here for 20 something minutes. Stop it. You see, this thing that you are doing, I could have done this. I could have done this. I am reading from
Felix Meba. Miracle. I know this story in Makai. The other point, and I'm person may add and say, mostly control him. He would conduct himself well. Mostly say President Air announced EMT or the statement. Have you found any statement communicate the announcement of EMT? Any members of the EMT?
Okay, which EMT?
No, because under Mills, what statement?
There's no official.
Mama, that is why. So you should be telling me. Which statement? Felix. Obi, what are you doing?
He wasn't there.
Obi, what are you doing?
Felix.
Who are you in that government? Who are you in that government? The finance minister. I am nobody. That's why I'm not coming. That is why. Charlie, Obi, what are you doing?
I've told you the
Obi, the guy lied. He lied. He has given you no evidence apart from what you know.
Felix, for now, Felix. Felix, Tobo. I think. Felix Meba. I think Felix Tobo. I think for now Felix there is a statement signed by Mahama Yarega which is not in dispute. At the end of the day there is no statement.
Show me the statement that made Mills head of EMT analysis.
No, I've not seen any such statement.
So does it mean there was no EMT?
Very well. In the Manenkasa. Yes. Miracles. Felix.
And it's so disrespectful to your listeners.
Felix, at least I think you've made your point. You've made that point. Let him talk. Mamintio Miracles.
Common sense will tell you, say, in the absence of any other thing, what is present is what we work with. So I have shown you.
Felix, now it's becoming too much.
He's a first
It's becoming too much. Let him finish.
Is it the fact that
you've made that point.
So why do you say in the absence of the
let him talk.
And then even before was an opponent of Mahama in the contest. Speaking politically,
noted.
He was confronted.
That point has been made.
So what is the issue?
Miracles, me pacho mamintio.
Obi, can I go on?
Me pacho miracles.
And hopefully you control your show.
It is being controlled.
Obi, listen. Yen nyina nim nyansa, yen nyina ko school. Yen nyina yetu me kan. Sa enkane na obi betra radio so no akasa gaga no kono obi etwem. Me say the evidence present for the people of Ghana in terms of who were members of the economic management team that were advising President Mills is a statement which was signed by President Mills' presidential spokesperson, who is now a member of parliament and was minister under his government, Mahama Yarega. The statement is here. President John Evans Atamels has constituted a 10-member economic advisory council to advise him on key economic policy issues and policy options in managing the impact of the economic challenges and maximizing the full potential of existing opportunities. A statement signed by Mahama Yarega, presidential spokesperson, said the EAC in its work shall collaborate closely with the existing institutions for economic policy formulation, development and implementation. The EAC is under the chairmanship of Dr. Gobet Nankani. Members are Togbu Yafede, Professor K.N. Afo, Dr. Emmanuel Ablu, Pakwesi Atta, Dr. K.Y. Amwako. The rest are Joel Hyde, Kadman Atamels, Ishmael Yamson, and Fredo Henekena. Nowhere in this statement did the former President Mills even make the Vice President a member of his advisory committee. Now, Felix, what better radio says, no, they are team. Felix, I catch a radio says, evidence I want to say now committee. Now, apart from this one that the President communicated to the people of Ghana, Felix, there was another one that you were attending with Professor John Mahama, the former president, at Castle. And you ignore president in the statement no release you know you that in a day you can lie 5 times, even now you have lied with this.
And also David.
So I just say he lied with this. Let's
let's have a decent way. I have called him to order. Let's have a decent conversation. Let's have a decent. Felix, you've made your point. Let him finish. When he finishes, I can give you no. Hold on. I can give you time. Felix, Felix, don't do that. Felix, the American say, let him finish. I can give you some time. Felix, no, you don't do that. Felix, you had all the time. Let him finish. When he finishes and you want time, I'll give you time. Relax, Pacho. You let him finish. Dennis, Pacho, you have the time. I mean, Felix, your microphone is off. Your microphone is off. Very well. That point is.
I may be a Choba analyst.
And how does
I may be a Tamuako? What are you doing? What's this guy doing?
Point well.
I didn't,
Felix. That is not proper. That is not proper. Felix, you are a gentleman. You don't do that on this one. Very well noted. Very well noted, Felix.
There was no EMT. That's what I'm saying. You are lying.
Good. Miracles.
Next time when Felix has an opportunity to speak to the people of Ghana, he should stick to truth.
Okay.
Then this issue
proceed.
come up.
Mate.
I did not speak.
We've settled this issue.
Proceed. Stop disrupting me.
Felix.
You should stop disrupting me.
Felix.
Does not negate the existence.
That point has been made. Let him also have the time.
There is no evidence in this country. There is no evidence. What is this guy doing? What is this guy doing?
Felix, I think I've been patient enough. Let him finish. Felix, don't do that. Don't do that. I'll give you time to talk. Don't do that. Let him finish. Miracles, you have
the public.
Yes.
The evidence we have in this country is that the former president, through his spokesperson, set up an economic advisory committee on 29th April 2009, and the vice president wasn't even a member. Jomama was not even a member. That is the evidence we have. We have no other evidence of any other committee set up by Professor.
Point well made. Let's make progress. Point well made.
Now we move on.
Yes.
Now we move on. That was announced. It was also announced.
So it means that there was
you had only your secret EMT in the castle just by yourself. You lied, Felix. You lied. Let's move on. And stop this. Stop.
Miracles. Move on. Meet here.
Obi, watch me time now.
Don't worry.
Anyway, now that we moved on and settled the truth and the facts, let's move on to the issues. Obi, Dr. Mahmoud Babian say this country has gotten to the point where we need to look into the future. And for him, he believes closely, say, baby Drew, no. When he looks at the new challenges and the new difficulties that we are facing as a people, he is very convinced, say, his kind of leadership now, Odebano, is what we need as a country. And he will do that in all truthfulness, in all honesty and sincerity. And in Tiendra, on my 70 policies are Ojidi say Mpempensua yewe. Obi wamka se mitro. In spite of all the noise that the NDC are making, there's one established fact that on Mampeni and I don't go for the crowd or the first time we know. And yet Niamo the first time Nina no science we the second time because let me be why ye if you are losing the relevance, if you are in the exigency of the moment, no, and when you're then
yes.
Dr. Mahmoud Baumia has analyzed and appraised the country. We share all the various sectors of the country's development. And when we say in spite of Niama Yetumia success I achieve, challenges I have film, difficulties I encounter in Nano, or no need DNA say, Yenya or Mampenia Udinukre, Yenya or Mampenia Nehote, Yenya or Mampenia Brofu, you send credibility and integrity a day, a high, and no near some, and that's Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. On my way, a politician back home. I want to be for corruption and Tonoswa and Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. He has never, ever been tagged with any form of corruption. He is not corrupt. He can never be corrupt, and he will never be corrupt in his life. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a complete different breed of politician that we have ever seen in this country. And that is the kind of leadership we need for the next phase of Ghana's development. Not a politician that baby Fabiana yedekitasiche and proye edinichi. In fact, on very rare occasions, I'll bet so be about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia related to corruption. You will hear the clergy come to his defense, you will hear CSOs come to his defense, even his sworn enemies will come and say, no, as for this man, you cannot taint his credibility and integrity. That is the sort of leadership that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will bring to the fore. And he was very clear and categorical. Of all the solutions I've heard, all those who want to be president professing for a friend is saying corruption, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia didn't pen out to assume. Because obi nipa nipa. Corruption, the only way you can win the corruption fight is to remove human interface in a lot of things. And that is through digitalization. That is through automation. That is through technology. Because you see, once you bring technology, you'll be fair for an audit free, won't mean you free, won't mean no. Now saying PPA for introducing GANEP system be. Me can say, obi person your procurement, won't mean franchise sumase. Oko PPA website, I'll be going to be here. See a big GANEP's procurement system now obi. Ye bia, we are see for now baby obey. That is the sort of pragmatic solution that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia feels that, listen, we've had enough talk about solving corruption, and all the things we've tried is try to put mechanisms that still bring the human factor into it. Nipa ye nipa.
He was talking about continuing from somewhere. Meanwhile, in the past few months, now creating president on the buy. In February 2017, or set up committee to look into Ghana card. Not the committee chairman, Kenatefa.
NIA boss.
NIA boss. Bawumia, the office, not the two, if in the office, to review what NIA had done. I mean, really, a small portion of the executive summary.
And you end on that.
No problem.
Yes.
No problem. To show you what they had done. Answer NIA, on it, any. I say, based on thorough, maybe just a minute.
Nsem-Pii FM.
Just give me a few minutes.
Nsem-Pii FM.
94.7 Nsem-Pii FM. So you could see saying to me, yes.
I'm buy a normal year review in 2017. The LI that makes the Ghana card the mandatory form of ID for all these transactions. Like LI 211 passed by the NDC in 2014. Bawumia Kasa committee and they say the NIA had collected data from 16 million Ghanaians, and they almost say NIPA 17 million on database. On my near 16 million. And what now 9 million records had been entered into the database out of this 16 million money. They had processed about 4.7 million and loaded the records and assigned them unique identification numbers. Now, you are personalizing 2.7 million of the cards